To know you are not alone, for the staff and management of the intro to know I have backup that will lead to repercussions if there is a hint of abuse. There will be an official registered complaint. There will be demands for removal from a position. There will be demands made of the manager to actually manage. There will be legal repercussions to the price of a fine and instruction to do a fit job. There will be demands made of the politicians and senior civil servants to investigate and formulate a report and act on it. There will be public discourse of the individual or group of staff responsible for the wrong or wrongs. In other words, they now know the staff I am not in the group where there is permission to walk upon a fellow human being. For in these organisations there is a culture of tolerance for the staff to treat certain people abysmally as a perk to retain them and to keep them motivated and to direct their inherent anger. There is no official department policy, nor is there any written down instructions or rules or protocols or union regulations or laws passed by the Dáil for staff to be so obnoxious. It is purely a culture. As a society we tolerate it, for we believe some must be thrown under the bus for us to benefit and to have a relatively easy life and some semblance of security. Most people believe this, if not publicly, certainly in deed at least. The belief there is a limit of resources, so therefore corner the market of resources for us and have others as leisure time starved work slaves for you. But this mentality spreads throughout the broader society and rots it when it comes to hard drugs and alcohol and prostitution, including paedophile rings and fraud and expensive rents and mortgages and insurance and pricey cars. But I don't believe in this limit of resources. I believe there is enough. I don't believe people have to be sacrificed. I really don't. Maybe that makes me dangerous. Who gives these god-awful people the right in the intro centre to walk all over me? I'm not just talking in the local intro centre, but in every one of them in this state. It has to stop. Every philosophy will support them, be it the liberals, the environmentalists, the conservatives, the republicans, the socialists, the communists, the anarchists, the religious. They will all support the person with power. The person behind the counter with the law behind them and the numbers, whether they be right or wrong. Nobody supports the soul who is powerless. No philosophy. No philosophy will support the powerless right or wrong as a counterbalance against the abuses of power. This is barbarous. This is the embodiment of hell. Deals are done to protect the abuser. The culture of abuse continues. You will continue to be abused. That's all the system gives you to today. Why do they seemingly respect many but walk over the few? Physical fear, verbal fear, fear of socialization, isolation, fear of colleagues, fear of the law, fear of friends and family. It comes down to fear. Their true nature is to be evil, but thankfully their rings are clipped through fear. The true nature of these people employed in intro and equivalents are immutable. It will not change now nor in the future. Ever thus, there has to be a network that is on the side of the powerless against those who play God. If I am wrong and misguided, what harm is there in such a network? If I am right, the harm is incalculable in such a network not existing. Surely in this life we must leave ripples in society that benefit us now and in the next generation. This will be one such ripple. For there is an onus on us to cause angst for those who are evil-minded by rightful actions. In fact, it may be one of the few times to have a legitimate smile in the soul when aggravating the depraved. So pass the word on, reshare, drum up support, join, organise, put the head above the parapet, much appreciated. Thank you.